Hey guys, welcome back again. So in this video, let's see that how do we request location updates from our application. So let's go to Android Studio and we are moving ahead where we left off in the last video. And in the last video, we simply got the last location, that is the last known location of the device using this FusedLocationProviderClient.get last location. So let me minimize this method. And now inside this application, we are going to get location updates through our application itself. So for that, firstly, we need to create a location request here. So let me declare it here. So location request, this would be location request. And now we will initialize this location request inside the onCreate method. So location request would be equal to location request.create like this. And now we need to set some parameters inside this location request. So now the first parameter we set to this location request would be the interval. So location request dot set interval, and here we want to pass in the time by which we want to receive location updates inside our application. So we pass here 4 seconds. And now we set the fastest interval. So location request dot set fastest interval would be equal to 2 seconds. And this is how fast our application can handle the location request. So you might be wondering that I am specifying the interval here to be 4 seconds and then setting the fastest interval to be 2 seconds. And that is because some other application might be requesting location updates that is faster than 4 seconds. That is, it might be requesting location updates in one second. So the fastest interval describes that our application should be able to handle location updates at the minimum time interval of 2 seconds. And now the last parameter would be the priority. So location request dot set priority. So this priority I'll be using high accuracy. So location request dot priority high accuracy. So now we have initialized our location request object here, that is this location request. And now after creating the location request, we need to check the settings of the device. So for that, what I am going to do, I am going to create a new method here, that is check devices settings and then start location updates. So I'll create a method here. So private void check settings and start updates and start location updates like this. And now here I'll be creating two more methods, that is to start the location update and to stop the location updates. So here I'll create one more method, that is private void start location updates. And then I'm going to create one more method that is called private void stop location updates like this. And once we move ahead, you will get to know that why I'm creating these methods here. So now inside this onStart method of our application or this activity, if the permission was granted, that is the location permission was granted, we are calling this get last location method here that we have described in the last video. So instead of getting the last location, we want to check settings and we want to start the location updates. So let me comment this out from here, and here we'll call this method, that is check settings and start location updates. So check settings and start location updates. And if the location permissions were not granted and the application ran first time, then this ask location permission method was called, that is this method here. And now inside the request permission result method, we again call this get last location. So now instead of getting the last location, we want to check the settings and we want to start the location updates. So let me comment this thing from here. And now here we'll call the method, that is check settings and start location updates like this. And now here inside this method, firstly we'll check the device's settings and then we'll be starting the location updates. So firstly, what we need to do to check the device's settings, we need to create a location settings request. So location settings request, and this would be request equal to new location settings request dot builder. And here we'll add our location request. So add location request. This location request would be location request that we have initialized in this onCreate method here, that is this location request. And now we'll simply build this like this. And now here we'll initialize the settings client. So settings client equal to location services dot get settings client, and here we'll pass in the context, and the context would be this. And again, now we need to create a task that would give us the location settings response as the result. So task location settings response, this would be a location settings response task, and this would be equal to client, that is the settings client dot check location settings. And here we need to pass in the location settings request. So here we can simply pass in request, because request is of type location settings request, that is this request. And now here to this location settings response task, we can add the success and failure listeners. So location settings response task dot add on success listener, so new on success listener. And then we can also add the failure listener. So location settings response task dot add on failure listener, and this would be new on failure listener like this. And now inside this success listener block, that is inside this block, we can be sure that the settings were satisfied for this type of location request which we have created inside the onCreate method. So here what we can do, we can simply call start location updates. So let me make a comment here. Settings of device are satisfied, and we can start location updates. So we can simply call start location updates method from here. That is this method which we yet need to implement. And now inside this on failure block, if because of some reason the device settings aren't satisfied, then we can present a user with a system dialog that would ask the user to turn on the particular settings of the device. So here we can ask the user, and before asking the user, what we need to do, we need to check whether this type of exception is a resolvable API exception. So firstly what we need to check, if E is instance of resolvable API exception. If it is an instance of resolvable API exception, then we'll cast this exception to resolvable API exception. So resolvable API exception equal to E, and we cast this exception to resolvable API exception, and then we need to start the resolution for result. So API exception dot start resolution for result, and here we need to pass in the activity, and the activity would be main activity dot this, that is the calling activity, and then we need to pass in an integer that should be unique. So this time I am passing 1001, and now this method, this should be surrounded by try and catch. So we can simply press Alt and enter and surround this start resolution for result with try and catch like this. And now the settings would be handled by this settings client. And now to start the location request, what we need to do, we need to use the FusedLocationProviderClient, which we have created in the previous video. So this is our FusedLocationProviderClient, and we have initialized it here, that is location services.get FusedLocationProviderClient. And now we'll use that FusedLocationProviderClient. So FusedLocationProviderClient dot request location updates, and here this takes in 3 parameters, that is the location request. So we can pass in the location request which we have initialized in the onCreate method. So this location request is this location request, and it is initialized here. And the second argument is the location callback. So let's create that callback here, or let's create this callback at the very top. So here we'll create the location callback, and this would be location callback equal to new location callback like this. And here we can override one method, that is the onLocationResult method. So we press command and end, override method, and this would be onLocationResult method. And now we'll come back inside this method here. So firstly let's pass this callback, that is the location callback here inside the start location updates method, that is the request location updates method here, and this would be location callback. And third argument would be the looper. So here we can simply pass in looper dot get main looper like this. And now to stop the location updates, we can use the same FusedLocationProviderClient. So FusedLocationProviderClient dot remove location updates, and here we can simply pass in the location callback. So we can pass in location callback like this. And now when do we use this method here, that is stop location updates? Since we have started the location updates inside the onStart method, so we should stop the location updates inside the onStop method of our activity. So onStop, and here we should simply call stop location updates like this. And now this thing is complete. So now let's get back to our location callback here, that is this callback here. And here what we need to do, we need to check if this location result is null. So if location result equal to null, in some cases it might be null, so we can simply return from here. If it is not equal to null, then we can loop through the locations here. So for location in location result dot get locations, because this location result contains a list of locations, so we can loop through those location results. And from here you can use the location inside your application as you like. So for now, let me simply log it inside the console. So log d on location result, you can simply say location.toString, that I'm simply logging it inside the console. So now let's run our application. And now let's open our emulator here. And let me also open the logcat at the very same time, because we are logging it inside the console. So now this is our emulator. So now we see that we are getting this callback here, that is on location result callback here. And here inside the console, we are seeing that our location has been updated in the intervals of 4 seconds. So now let me do one thing. So let me open my emulator here and let me clear out the logcat here. And here let me open the settings here of the emulator, and let me go to this routes here, and let me play this route here, that is Mumbai to Goa, and the speed is playback speed is 5x. So let me play this route. So as we can see that this is being updated, that the location is being changed, that the device's location is being changed here, as we can see here. And we can see here also that is the location here is same as this location, that is this location, that is this location coordinate, that is latitude and longitude, is same as these latitude and longitude coordinates which we are getting inside the location objects inside our application. Now one important note, that you might be wondering that why we have created this location settings request here and then the settings client here. Why didn't we directly start this location updates call from inside the onStart method, that is this method here, that is FusedLocationProvider.requestLocationUpdates. Why we are calling this method start location updates from inside this onSuccess block here? And that is because since our emulator satisfied all the conditions of our location request, therefore we didn't go through this failure block here, and therefore we started the location updates from this onSuccess block here. But what if you installed this application on a real device, and in that device the location was turned off inside the settings of the device? So if that was the case, then this on failure listener would be called, and then inside your application you will be presented with a dialog that would say to enable the location services inside the settings of your device. So that is the reason of creating this location settings response task, that is to change the settings of the device according to the location request. So that is the whole use of creating this location settings response task here. So guys, that's all about this video. So if you have liked the video, do hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to my channel. And if you want, you can support me on patreon.com. I'll provide the link in the description below. So thank you, bye bye, tata, take care and have a good day.